Good evening. Welcome to Face to Face Soumyajit. 7 p.m. Wednesday, we are with the Changemakers. And today's Changemaker is Apratim Chattopadhyay. And let's watch an audio visual on Apratim Chattopadhyay, and we will welcome him after the audio visual.
Starting with a quote of Audrey Hepburn. As you grow older, you will discover that you have two hands, one for helping yourself, the other for helping others. Support Elders is today's Changemaker story. Leaving the happy corporate work sphere, Apratim joined 6 years ago with people with similar thoughts and was instrumental in forming Support Elders to enhance the quality of life of elders of our society by ensuring responsive, holistic, and seamless care. Keeping in mind the importance of the golden hour, Support Elders Medical Emergency Alert Services makes optimum use of technology and a 24/7 on-alert team to ensure that emergency medical aid is provided at the earliest. Support Elders, having 800 plus happy members, partnership with hospitals, a geriatric care institute, a confident and passionate team, and a high-impact venture ready to scale. Support Elders is a change-maker organization. We welcome today Apratim Chattopadhyay, co-founder, managing director, and CEO.
Namaskar. Good evening, Apratim. And I think we are meeting virtually. First, we met in 2016 physically, and then after 4 years, we are virtually meeting today. And that is due to a situation which is beyond our control. But you are one of the person who are managing the affairs during this pandemic or during this difficult situation. This has not made any difference in your working life of Support Elders. And you have seen that the audiovisual started with Audrey Hepburn quote, and that has also been used in your website also. So I will request you to relate this quote with your working philosophy, organization philosophy, and after that, we'll have a chat show over 60 minutes, and we will know more things from you.
Thank you, Mr. Mohabbat. Thank you so much for having me here this evening. Yes, we did meet in 2016 face-to-face, and now we are making face-to-face virtually. But it's a great honor to be here, and thank you for having me over. So, talking about supporters, I'll try to answer your first question first. You said that, what has been the difference in terms of support elders working during the lockdown and during the pandemic. I think largely there was, we definitely were working as we were working earlier, though the modalities changed quite a lot. For example, we intentionally stopped most of the non-essential face-to-face contact with the elders and our members, because it's important that we maintain our distance. But at the same time, we ensured that nothing, the members missed out on nothing that they needed during this period of lockdown, as well as including their, of course, medical emergencies, medical exigencies. Definitely, that's the heart of this thing. But apart from that, to the extent of having delivering cooked food, other essentials, so those things were taken care of. And most interestingly, this happened. All this was managed when our entire office we shut down because of the lockdown and all that. So our technology backend that we have developed over the last right from the beginning, the way it has been conceptualized and the way it has been implemented, actually came in good use during this time, where all of us were actually working remotely, though. And the only thing where we are having face-to-face contact is when we are delivering service to our members. But the entire thing could have been coordinated. We were calling them every day. Our alarm center was operational remotely. So that, I think, was a greatest learning for us during this lockdown.
Yes.
Getting to your quote on Audrey Hepburn. Yes. Second question, the quote on, absolutely. That's one of the core beliefs of everyone that, we are today support elders about 101 employees. We are a team of about 101 people. And all of us actually believe in that this is not just there's a work we are doing. This is more than work. This is about making that difference, making that impact. And I'm very happy to share with you that actually we are doing that every day as we are going along this journey that we have set ourselves on.
Thank you. I think you watched the audiovisual on your organization, Support Elders, and see everything. You did not find anything, I think, not acceptable. Everything was right in the tune that you do your duty.
Absolutely. In fact, the way you have introduced Support Elders, I think it has been very, very well done. So essentially, what we and you use the word quality of life. That is something which we actually, it is the core of our of the organization. We believe in doing everything possible for improving or at least maintaining the quality of life of elders, and we strongly believe that we will be able to, and we have been able to, and we will be able to provide the support that is needed for the elders to maintain their quality of life. And that is where we have succeeded as an organization.
Right. I have one story to know from your mouth. That is, before 6 years, it was founded. Okay, and you are co-founder. So there are founders, there are other, members of the think tank. And what was the story? How this support elders, this coinage was done? Those things I want to know.
Yes, in fact, like everything, this kind of a initiative, it starts from experience. Something that that you have, and as you said at the very beginning in the introduction, that I was in the corporate world, and and that involves, as travel and all that. So I was away from Kolkata for some time, for a long time. But then, when I was thinking over this, what, of course, my parents were here. So, I was thinking, and this is something which is always, kind of worried that, what kind of a support system exists today, which can help the elders stay independently at their own homes. And that discussion I used to have with people who are interested in the field, and in my travels, out of the country as well and within the country, I used to keep meeting and seeing and visiting, what kind of support systems exist. So one of the models that kind of emerged, and I think is extremely crucial, and there are various care models. I'm not getting into all the models, but one of the models, what we believe in is customized care customer-driven care. Basically, which essentially means that it is defined by the customer, by the elder, by the member. It is customized not only in terms of the kind of care, but the location of care, as well as the delivery of care. So hence we call ourselves support elders, because we extend support for our members to help and to stay independently. Independent living is something which is core to our belief. So when this was, and that this was going on for a long time, and I was in discussions with our other co-founders, and then around 2013 is when we decided that if it has to be done, let's do it. And there are among the co-founders, we have Deepanita Chattopadhyay, who is our chairman also, and who herself is a extremely well-known and very professional, who is currently heading Life Sciences Knowledge Park in Hyderabad. He is the chairman and CEO. Then we have Devina Chattopadhyay, who is also in a different sphere altogether in the communications area. And when we are discussing, this is a time when we thought that this kind of a solution, which is backed by technology, which is and where we have a team which is dedicated to supporting in the way it needs to be done. So that's where this was genesis, and around 2013, end of 2013 is when we decided to go forward with this. And finally, we launched Support Elders. The company got incorporated in August of 2014. That's when the journey started. But interestingly, actually, after that, there was a long gestation period, which was required, because we got the technology back end, and that's one of our strong points. The entire technology back end ready. We have, as we say, we can actually control our entire operations, and we do control our entire operations, from our control room. So that kind of technology exists today. Then we also needed a team, which will be dedicated. So that's where the second of our strengths, which is our team, and almost everyone who actually goes out to take care of the elders are from our ex-servicemen. They come from the army, various arms and units of the army. And the reason why we went ahead with that is because I think, and that has been proven right in the last 6 years in various situations that we have successfully dealt with, that that there cannot be any better person to deal with emergencies and care and services than this, because they have been trained in this kind of support, providing this kind of support and services for almost 18 to 20 years. So that was the second. And third, of course, the entire thing of connecting with our members through a device, through a wearable, and that has been extremely successful. And I can tell you umpteen number of stories where these have been very, very helpful. The device that we provide to our elders, to our members, which has an alert button, and when the alert button is pressed, it connects to our alarm center. All this is operational.
Don't divulge all secrets, because we have our question bank, so many things. So I will request you not to divulge all the secrets right now. That Aladdin.
I will go with you.
Yeah. So that Aladdin button will come. So first I will ask you, what is the care philosophy of Apratim in support elders? Because see, there are two parts. We have been knowing, and the famous song of Nachiketa, Vidhashram. So Vidhashram is one concept, old age home, and now the support elders concept has come, that be at home, we are support elders, and we will bring all facilities so that the bonding becomes the bonding, whether your son or daughter is not with you, your family members are not with you, but support elders is your extended family. So there will be answer on these two parts of the question, that is the Vidhashram part and old age home part and support elders part. So definitely the concept is fantastic, and I must salute your concept. And this is a Changemakers show, though your company is incorporated under Companies Act, but the objective, the mission of the whole thing it goes with a Changemaker organization. And you are the first Changemaker organization coming to face-to-face, Soumyajit. For that, I must congratulate support elders. So please answer my two questions.
Thank you so much. And I'm actually privileged to be here, and also, and as you mentioned, as the first Changemaker organization. Thank you so much. So as I mentioned in my last point, that I was saying that there are various models of care, and you talked about old age home, you talked about Vidhashram. That essentially is a model of assisted living, whereas there are the model that support elders truly believe in is customer directed at home support. You see, there is the problem, first of all, I think that we need to have various approaches to solving this problem. So I don't think it is one versus the other. I don't think we can at any point of time say that one model doesn't work, other works, because all these are needed. And if I look at the entire spectrum of elder care, I think which starts from daycare to independent living, to assisted living, to palliative care, etc., etc. So I think every organization, every model, everything that we are that all of these organizations are working on are important. So the point is not the model. The point is that each of these needs to be executed professionally and in a way that helps the elders, helps the members, rather than looking at it only from a commercial point of view. And coming to that next question that you had about the organization, that we as an organization, we are, as you said, we are established under Companies Act, and but you see, we strongly believe as an organization that the model needs to be self-sustaining, because anything that is not self-sustaining cannot be sustained over a longer period of time. So it is not about which model is good, which model is bad. I think it needs to fit into what we want to do and how we are doing it. And this is just just because if you go through our mission statement, vision statement, as well as how we operate, we are as much a social organization as any other thing. So to that extent, I will say that our philosophy, as you said, our care philosophy is essentially about what we call leadership by trust. So basically, we have a concept of a leadership model internally. It is an internal culture document, culture that each of the 101 of us that we have, that we are there in support elders today, each one of us believe in. And and the first thing that we say there is that everything that we do is to earn and keep trust. And that is both externally and internally. So that is extremely important for us, that we have and the reason that we have been able to grow and we have been able to extend care to our members, and we have been given the privilege of extending care to our members, is because we have been able to earn and keep their trust. And that's something which every one of us in support elders are very proud of.
Thank you, Apratim. Nice explanation, lot to learn. And once again, to support elders, founders who thought of such innovative concept. So we will come back after a 25 seconds break, and we will discuss once again about support elders journey.
Thank you.
Namaskar. Soumyajit welcomes you to Face to Face Soumyajit. If you like our show, please visit Face to Face Soumyajit, like it and share it. Also, subscribe our YouTube channel iCommunications. Press the bell icon to get instant notifications.
We are once again back. And before we start our discussion, I will request to show on audiovisual several newspaper clippings where you got recognized, your works got noticed by media and people started watching you. So let's see the audiovisual on that. I think you have noticed already, read all these clippings, and they all are available in your website. But my question about that thing where I stopped you, the watch, the Aladdin watch, the technology, and the benefits available through this watch or button for the elderly persons. So we need to know all these things, and you must appreciate that media started recognizing your efforts. And how do you react on this question?
See, I think support elders is definitely we extend our services to our members on the basis of a very strong technology backend, an extremely strong team culture of providing care and service, and a very strong operational processes that we have built and nurtured over a period of time. So I think these are the three cornerstones, of our delivery. See, the watch is something, we came. Let's explain. Let's understand why we came to the watch. When we were deliberating about all the things that. Understand. We need to connect with our members. Just take a step back there, and the idea was that even in the middle of the night, if they are suddenly feeling unwell, or many a times that they happen that they have just got off the bed and had a fall, so in those kind of situation, how do they connect with us? And that there are various alert possibilities, etc. But we figured out that a watch is the most common thing that all of us are used to. And this watch is nothing but if in a normal time it just walks like a digital watch, and then it has an alert button. First of all, the watch gives us a location tracker. So at the end of the day, wherever the person is, we can, if required, we can figure out the location and reach. It has an alert button, and the alert button helps us because this is independent of the phone. So even if I don't have the phone with me, but the watch is on my wrist, all I need to do is just press the button, and it automatically it also is an independent two-way voice communication device. So it connects with our alarm center, which is operational 24/7, and there's the support of the technology that I was talking about. We have an emergency management tool, where we know who is calling from where, etc., etc. We also at the point of enrollment, we take down what is the preferred hospital or etc. So the team connects with the member, figures out if there's what is needed, and in case we don't we just take it as an emergency anyway. So the technology the watch is in a sense a means for us to connect with our members 24/7 whenever they need, and it's the most convenient one for them. So that's where we came down with the watch. There are various models available with us. We work because, as I said, the watch is not something which we produce or which we manufacture. There are various models which we use, various technology platforms which we use, because apart from pure medical emergency alert, we also have our well at home range of solutions where we do a remote health monitoring. So in that, the wearable sometimes helps us to get the health information about the members as well. That again, the member's doctor can prescribe the medical thresholds of those parameters, and those can be, those are our alarm center monitors basis those. So essentially, that's where the technology part is coming about. But I think it has definitely been a differentiator in the market, in the care ecosystem that exists in the country today, and we have been able to resonate this with our elders, with our members as well. And that is where, and I can share with you so many stories, and so many real life stories, where this has become a real, savior in times of emergencies. So, but this is not the only thing that makes what support elders or what we deliver. The second part is the tireless effort of the team to be beside our members anytime during the day or night, irrespective of whether it's a lockdown or whether there's a super cyclone. And the morning after the super cyclone in Kolkata, Amphan, there was an incident of a medical emergency where somebody had pulled off a tube, and that had to be attended. So in a city which was actually dysfunctional at that point of time, we actually arranged that, and it had to be arranged. So, we had to arrange for oxygen thing for some other member. That also was arranged. Drinking water was arranged. So so it goes beyond technology, because technology only provides the support system. Technology is only the enabler. But I think the kudos, the entire credit goes to the team which actually stands in front of and delivers this solution. And behind all this, I must say, is there's the alarm center which actually works in the back end, in the background, not seen in by the member. But that's what holds this entire thing together. That's where the alarm lands. That's which actually coordinates all our staff, be it in Kolkata, be it in Durgapur, be it in Uttarpara. Everywhere it is being coordinated from there. So I think it's a combination of these three which actually helps us deliver what we deliver.
Right. So it's all 6 years gone. You have a lot of, success, a lot of failures also. And since you are a corporate person, still you are a corporate person, but the platform is different. The objective is different. My question, you had some support during these 6 years from some organizations who are silently working, holding hands with you. What are those organizations, not the commercial organizations, similar organizations doing work in this field? Is there any such organization whom you are working with?
We are working with?
Yeah. Holding hands with them.
You see, when you look at elder care, there is the needs are varied, and you need to have a solution for everything. So, for example, if I'm staying at my own home, I may have a medical emergency. I may need healthcare at home. I may also need home maintenance solutions. I may need maybe a security solution. Maybe so those we provide some things on our own, and we believe in building the ecosystem of care. So, there are numerous organizations which are catering to different needs that the elders have, which are very different from what we provide. But you see, we are, for our members, we are the one-stop solution. So they call us, and be the most, in a summary, if the AC battery is not working, from that kind of a thing, there have been instances where there has been some, they're facing some other kinds of emergencies. They have called us. They call us for their daily needs. Sometimes. So we do have a solution for most of them. So, but what we do believe in is that whichever service provider we work with, be it in they may be healthcare providers or they may be other service providers, we don't have any commercial attachment with anyone. We act. Our only intention is to be agnostic to any such organization. We are there for our members. They trust us, and we try our level best to provide the best possible solution through the best possible service provider. And if that doesn't work, if there is a problem they're still facing, we are there to maybe provide some another solution. So to your question, Mr. Mohammed, yes, I don't think there is any organization anywhere in the world who can say that we cater everything for all needs of our members, especially in the elder care domain. So yes, we do work with a lot of service providers, and as I said, it's a purely from a care point of view.
So last mile connectivity. You have been referring to some incidents during Amphan, during these COVID times. So can you give some real stories without naming them? What kind of difficulties they faced, how they allotted your through this watch, this I think alarm center, what you call National Alarm Center?
Alarm center is yes.
Right. So some real stories, if you can just tell us.
Yes, there are many. There are many. In fact, I can tell you, so we will go back to Amphan, we will go back to lockdown, but let's look about a week back. There was in the intervening night from December 20th to 21st. I'm just taking a sample, a couple of days. So in a matter of, let's say, about 14 hours, we attended to medical emergencies of our members, right from an extreme south to extreme north of Kolkata, along the west and east of Kolkata. So there were a couple of serious cases that needed to be hospitalized. There was a case of somebody had a fall. So you see, that's a normal course of our work. What changed during the lockdown and Amphan is that the magnitude of the problem became quite serious, and especially during the period of Amphan, period of lockdown, a lot of support system which is normally available actually were not available anymore. Be it the normal thing like house helps, people who do other kinds of support. So we had to step in those cases also. There has been instances, during the lockdown where, of course, we provided daily cooked food. And I'm very happy to share with you that we got excellent support from the authorities, from the government and the authorities, that for us to extend this kind of service during the lockdown. So not only if I go beyond the food to medical emergencies, because our members who needed dialysis even during lockdown. People who needed chemotherapy even during lockdown. So those needed to be arranged. Of course, proper precautions had to be taken, so that our members are not put at risk. Then, of course, there were many incidents during the lockdown. The family members couldn't travel, so there were children. The members' children couldn't travel from out of Kolkata to the city, and there were incidents, very unfortunate incidents, where we had to actually step into the shoes of the family members, and where we had to take, because ultimately care is also about dignity, and the dignity in life and dignity in death is both are equally important to us, and that's where we also extended our efforts there. Then during the Amphan, it was again a separate challenge, because in that one couple of days, there were incidents of medical emergency. As I said, the medical emergency, it was the morning after Amphan, so that had to be attended to. There was a case of our members needed drinking water, needed food, and in many cases they just needed the assurance that we are there. So they needed to hear from us that we are there, don't worry, if anything we will be there, the first thing. So it was important that we call them and we talk to them. So in the next day, our entire team fanned out across the city, and we reached out to almost all our members, either over phone or over personally, where sometimes where phone connectivity was not working, to reassure them that you are not alone, we are there. Another thing which became very important, and which I need to talk to you about, that our what we call the ECS, Enhancing Cognitive Solutions, range of solutions, where we do a lot of activities. We have a separate team within our organization which deal with them for the mental well-being and mental engagement of our members. And that before the lockdown, it was primarily offline. So we used to have outings, we used to have meetings, we have to have plain adda sessions over coffee. There were even we arranged some heritage walks and heritage visits. During pujas, we used to have get-togethers, etc. But all those changed after lockdown, and it was even more important that we reach out to the members for their mental well-being, because loneliness sets in, because we're not able to get out of the house, and especially, so we actually moved this entire thing to digital. So today, I'm very happy to share with you that we have a lot of, and you can share it, see it on our YouTube channel. We have a number of engagements every week, be it something to do with learning, something to just participating, again, Adda. Then we organize some shows, events. In fact, we are having a year-end, 31st December, we're having a program which is completely, for member participation, and all of that digitally from their own homes. And I'm very happy, and it's amazing how our members have adapted to new technology over this last 9 months. It goes way beyond whatever we would have imagined even before lockdown.
Thank you, Apratim. You have been referring to your members, but suddenly one question came to my mind. Is there any age restriction for getting assistance from support elders? Number one. Number two, what is the highest age of your one member in your support elders group, 800 members you told, and what is the minimum age of your member? So I want to calculate one average age of your members. So this is one age restriction, whether suppose somebody is 90 years, you reject like the insurance companies, or you charge more premium for them. So though I'm not interested in the commercial part of your activities, it's a very general question. So if you kindly answer, you can also, I'm not going to answer that part.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, there is absolutely no age restriction.
Okay.
There is a lower age restriction, though. We say that, normally we accept members 50 years and above. but there is absolutely no upper age restriction. In fact, we will be very happy to say that we have members currently, who are 90 plus. We have served members, in the past also, who have 91, 95, 96 years also, and done that very well, very successfully. In fact, they became good friends with our team members, and it was a lovely experience. As far as the commercials are concerned, Mr. Moto, there is no difference in terms of commercials depending on age. But what we do is that we say that when we believe in absolutely fair and equitable in terms of commercials. So whether you are 50 or you are 90, if you are joining the organization at the same time, you are subscribing to the same service at the same price.
Oh, thank you very much. And we are done already with 40 minutes show. And really, the discussion was very lively. And I think Apratim is also enjoying. And we will come back once again after a 25 seconds break. There is no break. Actually, our technical team is also involved in the whole process and engrossed with discussion. So we will continue our discussion. So basically, I find and I believe that personal attention is of paramount importance in the whole care service. And right now, you have footsteps in Uttarpara and Durgapur along with Kolkata. And definitely, the escalation model will be there, and you may have your footsteps in other tier 1 cities or tier 2 cities in future. And how we will balance this personalized attention, because every case may be unique case for your team. So my question that how you are trying to escalate your model and how you are going to balance this personalized attention in your service.
Right. That's a very good question, Mr. Matra. In fact, that's one of the biggest challenges which we addressed before we even move out of the city or even move to the different parts of the city. See, the way we operate is that we have a model of care, what we call the care associates. As I told you, most of them are recruited from the army. They are ex-servicemen, and we have built our processes, our the care model, if I may, which assures that there is individual attention at a local level and adherence to controls at a global level. So when I'm saying this, I mean that there is actually we have inversed. If I talk in corporate terms, we have actually inversed the hierarchy. So in our organization, our care associates and care officers, who are actually extending the care, are the most empowered people in the organization. So we have developed our processes in such a way that we are extremely responsive to our members, and when they are either over a phone and you might be knowing that we call almost all our members every day. So whether they're on the phone or they're personally in face to face with our members, they are completely empowered to decision making, and they evaluate the situation, they understand the situation, and they work accordingly. The contours of what we can do or cannot do are very well defined, and that acts as the guidance for them. So if I look at it, actually it's a reverse triangle. there are supervisors, there are people who are looking at the senior people in the organization, but their job is primarily to extend to be more to help our associates to be more responsive to our members. But our associates are actually responsible for the care. So that's how that model we are escalating or scaling up, be it Uttarpara, be it Durgapur, or be it any other cities that we will go, is the exactly same model that will go. And as I was mentioning about our alarm center, we have the ability, we have the technology, and we have the processes to actually monitor all our assets, all our resources in the field real time. So, our alarm center is sitting, our associates who are there, officers who are there, they actually, for example, if there's an emergency at any point of time at a location, we know who are the providers there, who are our officers who are closest to that incident, the place of incident, which hospital, So all these decision-making support happens from the back end. So at the front end, if I am providing care, I know that, okay, this is where I have to go. This is what I need to do next. This is where the next, incident comes from. And the combination of these two actually help us in what I was saying is that providing customized care at the local level and maintaining our maintaining our quality and our process adherence at a global level. And the combination of these two actually is what is helping us in maintaining our levels of service.
So every operation should have some sufferings. Every operation should have some setbacks. Every operation should have some learnings also. So during this 6 years of journey, what are the greatest learnings, 2-3 learnings by committing either mistake or by having more experience? Can you share with us that you have changed your operational structure, if there is any? This is a hypothetical question.
Yes, so I think, I would say that, we have not changed our operational structure, but we have definitely adapted to the needs of the market. So the point I was making about our, initially when we launched, it was almost it was completely a service play. And there we slowly moved on to becoming, more like using technology. So we learned that, how to use technology more effectively, what kind of, solutions will be needed in terms of emergency. I'll give you a very small example. As we grow, as you said, we are in Uttapara, we are in Durgapur. Our alarm center, they need to have a very, very strong decision support tools, so that in the time of emergency, there is no waste of time. Now, over a period of last, I would say 5-6 years, or I would say the first 4 years actually, we actually developed those tools. We actually built those tools, those processes. How we can enable them. So I would say that we didn't, and that is why you would in the first 3-4 years we decided that we need to learn. We need to learn and we need to grow, maybe at a scale which will sustain our learning. So and we did that, and that I think I'm extremely happy the support that was provided by our investors, our board, and everybody, that they allowed us the latitude to learn as an organization. So today, if we know that we will, this emergency needs to be managed, there's a complete let down process. If for example, we call it internally code red. So if we know that there are different codes of our service levels. If if somebody says code red, everybody in the organization, from me down to the officer, maybe yesterday knows what is the next step to be done. Now that has emerged over a period of time.
Yeah.
The second thing that I think we have learned and we have very clearly imbibed is that we actually recognize our errors, our failures, to the extent that we believe that whenever you are working, you will make errors, you will make mistakes, and we actually have a process of documenting those mistakes every week, and we are so transparent that it is actually circulated to all of us, by the alarm center, that okay, this week we committed these two mistakes, and the mistakes can be very simple. That somebody didn't send the closing information on time, or somebody forgot to update certain information on our backend. It can be that simple also, and most of the times it is that simple. But you see, when we are focused on the smallest of mistakes, that helps us in averting or the bigger mistakes, because we and these errors, nobody in the organization is faulted for committing errors.
Yeah.
And that is a big learning which we have, that it is important that we as organizations celebrate our successes as well as learn from our failures. It's important.
Fantastic, fantastic. Because uh, recognizing errors gives you more confidence that you will not commit the same type of errors as organization or as human being, as person. And I took one corporate brochure from most probably your website or some of your communication. And first we will see that corporate brochure. On that brochure, I have a question to you. So let's play the audio visual on the corporate brochure of support elders. See, we have been talking about committing mistakes. So let me correct myself. It is not audio visual, only visual, because I forgot to send this brochure to my backend team only before 1 hour. That has been done. So the music is not there. So it is only visual. Let's come to the point, the question. The question is, definitely on this 9-page corporate brochure, you have something in your mind, the communication style, the designing aspect, and I have noticed something, but I want to tally with my findings with your answer, whether I'm correct or not. Apratim, please.
So if you really see that brochure, it just talks about our stories, what we have done. You know, we don't. It talks about you know the experiences of our members, because you see that is what is most important. If somebody has to know us, they will not know us because of any individual. They will not know us for our technology, or they will know us for what work, what results we have produced. And that brochure actually talks about those in various aspects, right from a medical emergency to our, what I talked about, engagement with our members, or some other things that we have managed. It just talks about that. So it is basically an outcome of what we are as an
Right.
organization.
Fantastic. See, you are always thinking about the well-being of your members. And I will request our team to show right now one audiovisual on your activities. You have a lot of things in the social media, in YouTube, in Facebook. But I have not also included the recently 25th December function. So I will request Apratim to just narrate us the stories, the mission or the objective behind holding all such functions and how this is helping for the well-being of the members.
Yeah, you talked about the 25th December, where we talked about that purpose. And so two things. One is that our members, there are three kinds of things that you showed in the audiovisual. There was one which was, down memory lane, where we collect stories, where we talk to our members and we encourage them to share their experiences, their stories with us. And I can assure you, Mr. Amata, that we have some amazing collection of stories, because all of our members, irrespective of who they are, have amazing stories to share. And those stories, we try to put forth, and the collection that we have already have is very, 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 very interesting. And there are stories about they're from their professional life, from their personal life, and some things of historical eminence. Because you see, there is what was 15th August 1947 like? What was that day like? So there are a lot of our members, who have shared their experiences of 15th August 1947. And then some in places like Purpose. Purpose is a part of Kolkata's history. And there are some of our members who had a very strong linkage with them. So for them, so two things happen. One is that obviously it helps others to enjoy and be engaged for this. But for those members who are sharing, this is also an opportunity to engage emotionally and mentally, which takes them out of their normal day-to-day life for some time. So we do this very, very extensively, things that for our members, things that we do with our members, and things that where they just get together and have Adda session, or maybe learn together also. Because lifelong learning is one of the biggest and one of the most important ways of sustaining quality of life.
So really
If you go to actually our Facebook page, you will see a lot of those activities listed there.
What is the name of your Facebook page? You can tell here.
You can go to Support Elder Facebook at Support Facebook plus Support Elder, do a search, or it is in Facebook. It is Support Elders altogether.
And the YouTube channel name, because people may take interest. YouTube channel name.
YouTube channel is also Support Elders. So if you search YouTube at Support Elders, you will go there. You can reach there, or a Facebook page. You can also get those links from our website, which is supportelders.com.
Right. And we have been discussing with Apratim Chattopadhyay, one of the strongest batsmen of Support Elders. They have other good players in the team. They always acknowledge the errors and they learn from the errors also. Though they have proven track record in their corporate history, but learning is always there in their life. So I will request Apratim to answer my last question, almost the last question, I hope, that what is the future of elder care? I will not say it industry, elder care association. People may join because it's a big war to keep happy the people in their second innings, the elderly persons. So from that angle, what is the scope for other people to join in this movement? Apratim, please.
See, as you rightly said, it's a huge space, elder care, and I think as I mentioned sometime earlier also that it depends on what interests you in this. For example, it is it independent living, is it palliative care, is it healthcare at home, Is it assisted living? So there are other models as well. So the point that I'm trying to say is that first of all, you need to, if one is trying to or willing to make an impact in the domain of elder care, the first thing is to understand where I want to, what impact I want to make, which segment I want to work with. And then the second thing is obviously to have a model which is sustainable, because a lot of good things can be done, but if it cannot be sustained over a longer period, and I'll just take one few seconds maybe. One thing that when I support elders was just 2 years old then, and one of our members actually asked me that Apratim, that you will if I have to go with you with age, I will need you more and more. So is there a guarantee that you will continue to serve me? So I think that trust, having that commitment that yes, we will be with you through the journey of your life, is an extremely big commitment to make, extremely strong commitment to make, and that's something which we should have. If anybody entering this sector should have that kind of a commitment.
Thank you, Apratim. And a lot of questions are there, but all questions should not be answered in one show. People should be there to ask you in your social media, through email or in personal chat. But I must compliment support elders' efforts in thinking this kind of initiative to bring the elderly persons to enjoy their life in their second innings. And I must salute your 101 team members for doing this excellent job. I must also thank your alarm center, who are in the backbench always. You are not making them in front of everybody. They are doing their job excellently. And thanks to the technology you have adopted, technology has made the thing more simple to you or your organization, so that you can take quick action, because time is very important in such kind of all such situations. So with that, I request Apratim to give a closing remarks in this show. How did he like this Changemaker show? Whether he could give any message to the society. So the last closing remarks from Apratim.
First of all, thank you from all of us at Support Elders for inviting me here. It is a great privilege to be in this thing, and I must say that one of the earliest recognition of Support Elders actually came from PRSI, which you're the chairman of the Kolkata chapter, and you actually recognized us with innovation, this thing. So we are very, very honored. It's still there in our office, that plug, and it's a very central place of honor. So I think it's important. First of all, the platform, I must compliment you. The platform that you have built, where you are inviting change makers, where you're having a discussion so that it can be understood. It's a great initiative, and I think you are one of the very few people who can set up something like this. So I'm very happy that you have invited me here, and I hope that I have been able to answer some of your queries. I'll be most happy to answer any queries that your viewers may have. You can actually go visit our website, write to us. So it is actually write to us at supportelders.com. You can email to us. You can call us in our 24/7 alarm center. The numbers are there on our website. You can go to visit our Facebook page. We will be most happy to answer any queries that anyone may have as far as Support Elders is concerned. Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you, Apratim. And once again, thanks from this platform, face-to-face Soumyajit. And I'm also an elderly person. I need the second inning support from support elders. And I hope that I should not take the support. I should be able to sail in my own capacity. But I think support elders will be escalating their platform and will help more. With that, signing off from this show, Good night to everybody. Thank you once again, Apratim and your team. Thank you. Namaskar.